Ray Buckley. Give Ray a hand, y'all. Somewhere in Texas right now, there is a little girl wondering whether the detention squad is going to take her parents away. Somewhere in this country, there's somebody in their 50s, maybe 60s, who's got about $3 grand in the bank and doesn't know how they're going to make it on Social Security alone, especially why people are threatening to privatize it. Somewhere in the Midwest, there's somebody thinking, man, will the plant close? If it does, what are we going to do? And somebody's loved one is hooked on opioids, maybe died. Let me tell you, somebody's son or daughter might have got roughed up or even shot by the police. Who's going to be the agent for them? Who's going to say to that Muslim family, you know, we're not going to let nobody register you. If they try to register you, they're going to register us too. We stand together. We are united. We come together and we are going to stand together, and the Democratic Party must be that agent. Think about this, friends. We had the first woman nominee for a major party, and we didn't win that election against the most sexist and misogynistic person who's ever run for that seat. This is hitting people right in the heart. But somebody has got to be the one to stand up and fight for Americans. And I tell you, the Democratic Party is not for the Democrats. It's for the American people. And the Democratic Party has got to be that agent to stand up for economic justice for all and everyone, and it's got to stand up for everybody's human and civil rights. We don't have to pick, we got to do both. Now, let me just tell you, why am I running for chair of the DNC? I did not wake up the day after the election and say, hey, why don't I start working on being the chair of the DNC? The truth is that I've been working on voter turnout for literally years. I found out years ago that instead of just saying, let's go skip the red areas, skip the blue areas, let's go to the swing areas and only talk to likely voters, I've learned long ago that was a losing strategy. That's why, I've been in elections. I've stood for elections 8 times and never lost. But more than that, I've helped Democrats win all over this country. And if being the chair of the DNC means getting Democrats elected, I believe that I'm uniquely qualified for that job. In my district, I used to have the lowest turnout in the state of Minnesota in 2006. Now we have the highest turnout. How do we arrive at that? Well, one, we turn on during the off year. We don't just campaign during the election year. 2, we go to the grassroots. We knock doors, we have telephone calls, we have conversations. In the summer of 2015, just the summer, only the summer, we had 9,000 conversations. And people say, well, Keith, you're in a safe seat. Why are you doing all that campaigning? Because if I don't, Mark Dayton, our governor, would not win. Amy Klobuchar and Al Franken would not win. And our 4 other statewide officers would not win. We're blue all at the top, you guys, and it's because in the 5th district, we turn out the vote. And that is exactly what's going to happen in this country if you elect me as chair of the DNC. But don't think I'm going to do it by myself. Nobody ever could. It will be you on the ground. Just like you guys got out there in Bexar County and in Harris County and really kicked some tail this last election. You know what? I'll give 10 seconds for them to give themselves a hand if y'all want to. I just want to tell you that the nation saw you do that, and we are incredibly proud of you. And I'm telling you, the day when people come into Texas and raise money and take it all out of Texas must end. We got to invest in Texas. We need money in Texas. Now, I want you to know I got a document here which lays out in fine detail the work that we are going to do. But it's not that I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. We've done the work. We've actually achieved what we are telling you we want to do. And I just want to let you know that I talked to a lot of good friends. I talked to a lot of friends, and a lot of them have told me, Keith, this is early on when I got in the race. Keith, if you want to be DNC chair, we need you to be full-time. Well, the last chair wasn't, so I thought, well, should I have to? After listening to you, I came to the conclusion that I did have to. And so I will be a full-time. I will leave my job as a member of the United States Congress and be your chair full-time if you elect me. Now, let me just tell you this. I'm not a guy who doesn't have a job and looking for one. I have a job that I love, but I'm willing to leave it because it is just that important. Those people who I mentioned when I first started talking to you desperately need that kind of person fighting for them 100% of the time, 365 days a year. Now let me tell you, it's been my pleasure to campaign with you right here in Texas. Gilberto Hinojosa and I know we campaigned right here in Texas. He knows. And I tell you who else knows. A young woman by the name of Sarah DeMerchant. Where is she? There she is. That young woman got into a race where people told her, you can't win, forget about it. You're wasting your time. Well, guess what? She went up from 36% of the last one to 44% this time. She increased the vote by 7,000%. And you know what, sir? If you keep on knocking on the door, you're going to win that race. And this is the kind of campaign we're going to do. I'm not just coming to Texas to help people run for Congress. We're talking about state representative. Do you know we have lost 935 state representative seats in this country since 2008? Something has gone wrong, folks. We got to revitalize the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party must be the party where working people of all backgrounds feel that that is the one that's going to fight for us. The Democratic Party is going to fight for us, and we have got to be the people who make it so. You know, I'm very proud that we had 1 million people on a live stream Wednesday night with Our Revolution. 1 million people turned out. Why did they turn out? Because they are hungry to get out there. But you know, right here in Texas, we got 336 people who signed a petition to help support me to be DNC chair. Why do I point this out to you? Because it will require the grassroots energy in order for us to succeed. It is going to require people in every county of this state, all of the counties in this 245 counties of Texas, to get out there and move this agenda. And yet 50-state strategy? Absolutely. But what about a 3,141 county strategy? We got to get granular, folks. We got to get to the root, because we got to get to the resource. We got to get the resources closest to the voter. Closest to the voter. Because last time I heard, elections are won by getting out more votes than the other side. Not spending more on TV ads than the other side. Some people think GOT means go on television. Let me tell you, it should mean getting out the vote. But we're gonna be getting out the vote 365 days a year with conversations and literal relationship building, so that people know and trust the Democratic Party to fight for them. Now, I just want to tell you, right now in North Carolina, when we win, we still got to fight. You all saw how we win the gubernatorial election, and they're still trying to undermine the government. This is why I got out there and hit them on that and criticized them for that. It's not just going to be dealing with federal stuff. It's going to be state stuff. It's going to be county stuff. It's going to be city stuff that we are all unified fighting together. Now, I just want to tell you this. I was very proud to go to 7 states for Hillary Clinton. She is a great and honorable public servant, and I was proud to campaign for her. I was also very proud to campaign for Bernie Sanders. I'm telling you right now that I am a unity candidate who will bring all of our factions together, who will honor the people who have been here serving our party for years and years and years, but also welcome in the new energy that we absolutely got to have to win these elections. We need both. We can't have one or the other. We got to have institutional memory and energy and fresh ideas. We need all of that. And I will work with all of my fellow candidates in this race. We are all friends, guys. We are all cool. We are all tight. And no matter who wins this race, we're all going to support each other. And so you all need to be pushing for unity constantly and thinking about creative ideas that we can rouse up the grassroots, so 2018 can be the brand new year where we start the new Democratic Party that is grassroots, that is active, that is engaged, and that is ready to fight for all Americans, no matter who you are or where you come from. We are on your side, and you can trust the Democratic Party to fight for you. Thank you. I love you guys, and I ask you to vote.